Three quick tips for memorizing Bible verses. The first tip is that you can just straight up memorize the words, okay? Just rote memorization. Remember I talked about like anatomy? You just have to like memorize it just straight up. Same thing. If you just memorize the words, then that's a good start. Just memorize in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. That's good enough. And you know that God is your creator. Second thing that you can memorize is that you can actually memorize like the context of the passage. So I remember you talked about Psalm 23, right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me besides quiet waters. He restores my soul. And so you think, well, the context is that we're talking about David being a shepherd. In the same way, he knows that God is his shepherd, and he understands that, like, oh, there's like wolves and stuff, and like the shepherd has to fight for the sheep, and the shepherd guides the sheep. He walks with them. His rod and staff comfort the sheep. So you memorize the context, and that helps you get better at knowing what God's word actually says and means for you. And then finally, you memorize like the meaning. And so even though like you memorize the words and the context, well, what does it actually mean? Like, what's the whole point of all of it? There's a passage that I'm going to preach on next week, and the words are cool. The words are like, oh, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. So that sounds cool. The context is that like, the context is that we're talking about we're adopted into God's family, and God's love is always going to be for us, and nothing can break that love for us. But the actual meaning of that, if you go closer, is that God actually uses like the spiritual battles we fight. Like anytime something tries to separate from God's love, whether that's like sickness, anytime something tries to condemn us, whether our sin like condemns us and we say, oh man, I'm such a sinner, and we realize how sinful we are, or anytime we meet any opposition in our faith, whether that's like actual people that try to go against Christians, or whether that's like just opposition in your life and it makes you question God's love, you're actually more than a conqueror, meaning that not only do you win over these things, but these things serve you in order to make God's love stronger in your life. So yeah, these are battles, but the battles become a blessing for us in our faith. And so that's like the meaning of the fact that we're more than conquerors. So you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to teach you that memorize the words, memorize the context, memorize the meaning, and then God's word becomes so much richer for you.